Welcome to Elastic Zippers, Buttonholes, and More. I'm Janet Corzatt, and in this class, which I like to call EZB, we're going to be adding a lot of new skills to what you've already learned in the first 3 levels. You have learned a lot of things, from pockets and facings to sleeves, buttonholes, collars, elastic waist, but there's lots more to learn. You'll find a complete supply list in your class materials telling you what pieces of fabric and what notions you'll need. And these are all the things you'll need to have ready to make your samples. The cutting guide is there to tell you exactly what sizes. And as well as the tools that we've been using throughout the course, you'll need to add a few other things to your list. We're going to be starting with 3 different ways to put in elastic. Our first sample will be elastic in a casing, and we've added some extra steps from what you'll usually see in a pattern just to make it a little more polished and to keep control of that elastic in the casing. Our second elastic sample is stitched on elastic. On the outside you only see 1 row of stitching. On the inside we do have several rows that are kind of on top of each other. We're going to put the circle of elastic into the skirt and match the 4 quarter points and pin them together. You'll notice I have put the top edge of the elastic about where our stitching line for the clean finish is, and I'm going to pin them together. I'll do that at each of the 4 points, and you'll notice that I have more skirt than I have elastic, but that's the way it should be. At these places where I have 2 pins, I'll just take one out and use the other one to pin them together. One more set, and we're ready to sew again. You'll set your machine on a zigzag stitch, and we will be zigzagging with regular zigzag about a width of 3.5 and length anywhere from 3 to 4. It depends on how dense your stitches look on your machine when you're doing this. You will be working on 1/4 section at a time. You'll be stretching the elastic to meet the fabric, and we'll be doing the stitching on this upper edge of the elastic. We're ready now to move on to our zipper samples. But first let's take a look at a few samples of zippers so that you know a few things when you're shopping. We're used to getting self-locking zippers for sewers. That means that when you give some stress at the top, it doesn't come undone. If you're purchasing zippers in bulk, however, you might encounter some different ones. This easily comes open with just a little bit of stress at the top. So you'd have to think carefully about where you'd want to put that. This little zipper has a stop at both the top and the bottom. So not suitable for a neckline, but you could use it in a pocket or perhaps in a side seam under an arm. Now sometimes when you look at a zipper, you assume that it's a certain kind of zipper just because of the teeth. This zipper has large teeth like a jacket zipper, but it doesn't open at the bottom. It doesn't open at the top either, so we'd have to be careful where we put that. That's a sport zipper. This one has regular weight of teeth, but it does actually open at the bottom. It's a separating zipper that you could use in a jacket. So just pay attention to the different kinds of zippers that you're looking at. This one is one of my favorites. It's a knit tape zipper, and you see how soft it is. It's very drapey. It doesn't add any stiffness to your garment. So you can put this kind in and hardly know that there's a zipper in the seam. The next sample we're going to make is a lined patch pocket. We've done patch pockets before on the apron and on the robe, but this time we're making one with a lining on the inside. It gives a really nice finished edge, or finished feel, and a finished look on the inside. You'll find a template for cutting your pocket pieces in your class materials. You'll cut one from your fabric for your pocket, and you'll cut another from the lining fabric. I've completed the stitching around the curve on my pocket, and then I did a little bit of trimming. I took off the corners here at the top, being careful to leave a little bit out from the stitching, and then I notched these curved corners. Remember, we did a sample of notching in your notebook earlier, so you can refer to that to see how that was done. This little opening that we left, big enough for 3 fingers, that's what we're using to turn it right side out. We've got a lot of samples in that notebook now, and we've done quite a lot of sewing on your machine. So you'll probably want to change your needle and take your little brush and sweep out that bobbin case so you're ready to sew some more. Have fun. Enjoy all your new skills.